Hi there, and welcome to another one of my classic reviews, where I pick one of my all-time favourite movies, give it a rewatch, and then come review it. And in this video, I'm talking about Wild Strawberries. So Wild Strawberries is a film by Ingmar Bergman, who is one of my all-time favourite directors and one of the real masters of cinema. Bergman is a director who made a whole bunch of bleak movies, and he's someone who's known for making movies which aren't generally quite happy. Wild Strawberries, however, stands quite distinct amongst his work, being one of his most human and emotional and delicate. I think Bergman's films were often those things, but this is a film which is really touching in a way that his other works often aren't. Often his other films leave you with quite a sour taste, but Wild Strawberries is a film that leaves you feeling like life has been shown to you in a way that makes it more fulfilling. It's a film which is simple and elegant, and one of those films that really just tells a story that's meaningful and powerful and has a lot of relevance to our lives. Wild Strawberries is the story of an elderly professor who goes on a road journey to a university in order to collect an award. And throughout the journey, he encounters a whole bunch of people and he goes through his dreams and his memories and he learns to become a better person. It's a film about looking back at our past regrets and realising just what it is that defines us and realising what it is in our lives that has got us to where we are. Wild Strawberries is a film which shows us the ways that love and the ways that loneliness and the ways that happiness and the way that all these things can become part of us. In fact, it's really interesting to watch the professor character go through this transformation because he starts off cold and callous and becomes more loving. He realises that the love in his life, the loves that were either never fulfilled or the way that people who he loved didn't love him back or they loved someone else, and all these things sort of led to him being quite bitter and cold and led to that passing to other members of his family. It's really important that in this film, reality, dreams, memories, they all merge. It all becomes tangible. The characters literally interact with their memories and their dreams, and we see that it's all a bunch of nothing really. What makes the dreams in Wild Strawberries so distinctive is that they're filmed very much just like the reality in Wild Strawberries. In fact, Bergman does very little to change them. What makes the dreams nightmarish is that there is just the little things that are different, the little things that break the world. And the memories in Wild Strawberries are very specific. They're moments from someone's life brought back to them. They're moments that reaffirm those moments and establish just how much they mean to them. In fact, we are all in a way looking through our memories, sifting through them all the time. And this is about how important it is to sometimes reconsider those moments in our lives and realise what we have and realise what we had and realise quite how we got from there to here. Throughout Wild Strawberries, the lead character meets a whole bunch of different characters and they all reflect different aspects of love and different aspects of life onto him. We see a married couple whose relationship shows just how bad relationships can be. We see three young people who embody the difference between the young and the old. In fact, what's really interesting is that this is a film which makes the old man into a young person again. He interacts with his memories as if he is young. He is reinvigorated by the young people he spends his time with in the film, and we really see how his youth and his old age intertwine. This is a film which mixes all that together. There's a key emphasis here on time. Time becomes irrelevant because this is a film where memory and reality become interchangeable. So time does become irrelevant, and there's an interesting motif to do with a clock with no hands because time has stood still for this character who spent years just being himself and being alone and just festering, and now he's entering this position where time has kind of reversed. He's going back to being young again, and what he realises is that these awards that he's going to collect, they're meaningless and that so much of his life is trivial and that he has to appreciate what he has. He has to seek the happiness in other people. And then there's just a whole bunch of other introspective, meaningful themes here. There's so many other ideas that Bergman explores, and this is a film which just really positions itself as something which is profound without really trying. It's a film which is just a nice story. It is just a simple tale, but it has a lot of meaning to it and it attaches a lot of importance to trivial things. It's a film which takes us from a miserable, grumpy man who is kind-hearted but a bit distant to someone who is able to reconcile with people who he's become more detached from. It's a film which ends with him finding peace and closure, and in a way that's the perfect ending for this film. Wild Strawberries is a film which is deeply human, deeply delicate. It's a film which is made in a way which is occasionally haphazard, but the ideas and the characters and the emotions are there. This isn't an allegorical work in the same vein as Bergman's more art house projects, but Wild Strawberries is a very simple character study that is deceptively moving, and the penultimate shot of this film is one of Bergman's finest and most iconic moments. Wild Strawberries is a fantastic film. It's a film about refinding yourself, repositioning yourself, working out who you are, and getting closure from that. Whether or not the film truly means much doesn't really matter. It's a story of one man who finds himself in one journey where he begins to really consider his life. It's a really touching ode to our own existence. It's the sort of film which just is very compassionate, very open, very kind-hearted, and it's just a masterpiece. Have you seen Wild Strawberries? I'd love to hear your opinion. If you have, so please leave me a comment. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to watch more of my videos, you can subscribe. If you want to read more of my reviews, you can follow me on Letterboxd or on Twitter, links in the description. And thank you for watching.